Yeah, I've been struggling big time with short game for probably 3 or 4 years. So it's got to the point now where my go-to shot is like a 9-iron bump and run, which is embarrassing to say for like a 3 handicap. But I know that I will get that closer than trying to play like a 60 or 55. So I would literally pitch it short of the green and let it roll out.
So why does that feel more comfortable to you than anything with more loft?
I think because I've got like a simple setup and simple strategy with it. So it's basically just like a putting stroke, toe down like this, weight left a little bit, and then it's just back and forth. Just trying to keep it super simple.
What happens when you put more loft in your hand?
The swing gets longer, and I think from there I have to go away from that simple putting stroke a little bit, where I don't know what that then looks like. So then it brings in inconsistencies, riding up the face, slight thin strike, then fat strike.
Find the thin or fat more prevalent? Like, what is there a common miss that you sort of start to shy away from?
I think it's probably a bit of both, to be honest. There's not one or the other.
More toe, more heel?
More toe, I think.
So slightly more toe bias.
Yeah.
And anything conceptually that you're kind of, what would you be going down the rabbit hole of now? So let's just say you've got a chip, we need some loft. We've just hit a strike that we don't like, whether it be thin or fat. What would be our kind of feedback loop? What would you go into correcting mode to try and fix?
If I'm on the golf course and I need to try and play like a lofted shot again over a bunker, I will then open the face up massively and go straight to a flop.
Does that feel more comfortable than almost like a stock chip?
Yeah. Just because I know that I'm got a bit of room for error, and I know I've got to commit to a full swing with it, even if the shot is definitely not a flop, which is a lot of the time. But I know that I can generally get a half decent strike on it. And I'll get away with it if I catch it a little bit fat, because obviously using the full sole of the club.
So kind of at the moment we're chipping with spectrums. So we've got like a low spectrum chip, we've got a high spectrum chip, and we're kind of missing everything in the middle.
100%. It's very one-dimensional. Like, I won't ever really pull out the flop unless I really have to. I'll always just go to the bump and run. So it's really one-dimensional.
If you were going to walk away with one thing today, what would you want it to be?
I think it depends how long we've got, but it's more of like a clear understanding of how to play a couple of other shots. Whether I can actually replicate it and do it is a different thing, but it's more of like having that clear setup and understanding of how to do that, and then being able to work on that way from here. So
shot options, variations around the green, that sort of thing. All right. And in terms of full swing, what common faults do we tend to find in full swing? What would be like a predominant thing that we go back to? What would you have lessons with Liam, right? So what would Liam say? Well, what if we were going to have a little correction?
Liam is trying to get me to load more in the backswing, because my old swing was very rigid. Rigid, and then turn and then hold off the face. So he's trying to get me to move more to the right, load at the back, move left, and then let the club basically pull me into rotation.
Fantastic.
And that's helped massively, to be honest, and it's moved my path more from the inside. Because when I'm not striking it well, I definitely get more out to in. With an open club face. I've always struggled to release the club. I've always been someone who holds onto it. And I think that probably...
Is that a pattern, would you say, that carries over into your chipping?
Yeah. Recently, when I looked back at some footage when I played Bearwood a couple of weeks ago, my shaft was like up here. And then, I don't know if it's my head but something, my whole body seems to want to go left before I've even started the downswing, so everything's so across it.
All right. Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I have been following a bit of Joe Mayo's stuff, and that has actually helped a bit, where I'm trying to still stay moving down, but also then trying to move away. But I don't really I haven't wanted to practice any of it, because I don't want to drill in anything worse.
No, I think the thing is with Joe's stuff is, I love the kind of his tagline that steep doesn't have to be deep, right? So I think before we were all a bit guilty of associating shaft lean, steep backswings with essentially going further under the floor, and it's nice to kind of remove those concepts, and because when you see someone like Shane Lowry with a shaft up here, you're like, well, hang on a minute, if he chipped 50 balls here, I wouldn't know he was here.
Yeah.
So it's just disassociating the fact that we can have an angle of attack part of the swing and an arc height part of the swing, and those two things can be separate is a fun concept.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about your steep and your shallow, we just have to be very careful with the words that we use, because I can have a steep backswing, can have a steep angle of attack, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be under the ground, and a lot of the time those things kind of feel a bit correlative, but they're not.
Yeah, I've definitely always felt like that before starting to learn new things, that if you're steep, that means you're like going to be
steep has to be deep
into the ground, but learning, obviously that's not the case.
Okay, all right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go grab your 9-iron, and I just want you to hit a few chips for me. We're going to look at kind of roughly just chipping it up towards that red and white flag. Okay, so just try and start it on line. It's probably going to break a little bit to the right. Don't worry too much about that, but that's your start line. You can even pitch it just on the green if you want to, so hard enough that it's going to carry there. You do you.
Okay.
So talk me through any sort of thoughts you might have, any way, so you were going to show me how to play that shot. What would you talk me through?
This is obviously meant to be my go-to, which in theory, looking at this, it's not the play.
Okay, that's fine. If it goes a little bit long, I'm okay with that. Yeah,
as long as I can guarantee strike a little bit more. So I'm looking to try and pitch this like around here, obviously a little bit left to right. Tend to go down the grip a little bit.
Lovely.
Feel like a little bit weight left, and I'm sort of just inside the right here. Trying to feel like it's toe down, if anything, a bit more upright, and almost just like a putting stroke.
Okay.
So it's just
solid effort there, well done.
Like I said, I can guarantee the strike most of the time, but it's just very like one-dimensional when you've got to get it so perfect.
It's unbelievable on a links course, isn't it? It's probably less so good behind a bunker, right?
Yeah. And even like, that's the thing I find, if I don't quite get the strike right, thin actually works out just as good, sometimes better.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Let's see, a couple more of those, and then we're going to chuck some loft in your hand, if that's all right.
Yep. That's not great.
Okay, lovely. Right.
That's the first one I actually hit half decent.
So, if I'm giving you loft to chip around the greens, what club would you start to gravitate towards? Would you be more 55?
55 from here.
Okay. Perfect. Let's see that. Your job is very simply, you're going to try and land it in that hole for me.
In the red hole?
Straight in. So perfect shot's a slam dunk, okay?
Okay. I can play this any way I want?
Any way you want. If you wanted to bang it in low and break the flagstick, you could.
So I'm going to open the face a little bit.
Okay.
Move the ball position up a little bit. And duff it. It's perfect I've done that, because it's
just thank you for throwing it in on camera for me. That's it, and cut.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all right. Okay. How'd that one feel?
Felt better. It just feels. I just feel scared. To be honest.
Okay. You're allowed to be scared. I mean, not really. There's no leopard, is there? It's a golf shot, but I can understand
sort of
why.
Nothing to be scared about, but it's just like that turf interaction.
That's why golf's brilliant, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
Okay. That could be the before and the after right then and there. That's good.
Yeah, one thing I notice when I do get worse on my short game is I get short here.
Yep.
And then like really like pulley.
Okay. Where do you feel like that comes from?
Just lack of confidence, I think.
So do you feel like the shorter it is, the less can go wrong, kind of thing? Is that sort of our logic? What would you say?
It's a subconscious thing, to be honest. I'm not necessarily trying to do that. And that last one there, I consciously tried to make it longer and slower.
Okay.
Got away with it.
Right. Could you do me a massive favour? Can you play me a few stock shots as well? So however you'd normally perceive a stock shot. So dead neutral ground. Still trying to land it roughly on that spot, but...
Okay.
So that might...
I would probably play it a little bit further back.
Okay.
And try and go to that.
Still use that hole as your landing spot, yeah?
Sorry?
Still use the hole as the landing spot.
Okay. Oh my God.
Okay. So that's why you're here. Don't worry. Okay.
You can understand why I get frustrated. So much pressure on the rest of my game.
Well, I think, you know, particularly considering how well you performed with your, shall we say, your 9-iron, right? There was 5 great shots, 5 great strikes. We might have missed landing spot. It might have been a groove high, groove low.
Yeah.
We can live with it, but we're not. So you can kind of see why you've got the disparity in your kind of short game, why you definitely gravitate towards that, because you're much better at that shot than you are those ones.
Yeah.
So really simple. We're going to take kind of what is the superpower of your 9-iron, in my opinion, and let's try and see what we can apply to here.
Okay.
Really simply, our arc is just going too far under the floor.
Yes.
Okay. So can I borrow your wedge there? Really simply, at the minute, with your 9-iron, what we're very, very good at is we're very good at brushing the surface.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not breaking ground. Okay. As we get longer in the as we get longer in the shot in terms of our club head speed, we start to get that club going down a little bit too deep. Now, the issue is that's why I kind of like the way that you played it first time with the higher shot, is we don't really have an option to put the low point significantly far past the golf ball. Because the closer the low point gets to the golf ball, the better our arc height control needs to be. Okay? And the deeper we go, unfortunately, the steeper angle of attack needs to be to create functional strikes. Steeper angle of attack lowers launch, shallow angle of attack makes the launch go up.
Okay.
So we've got 2 ways of looking at this. We could move the low point a little bit further forward, which would give us a shot to play, but we're already pretty good at the low one. So in my opinion, I think we need to pull the arc height up, because then that gets us back to our first goal of the lesson, which is giving you more shots around the green.
Yeah.
At the moment, we don't have the option to create different shots because we need our low point super glued as far forward as possible because we're going so deep.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so let's have a little look on video and then we'll play around with some ideas. So, okay, so if we look at your right arm here, so I'm going to put a little skeleton on there for you. Oh, there we go, that's worked quite nicely actually. So what we can see here is your right arm at the moment. You've used the word rigid.
Yeah.
I'd actually say it moves, which is quite nice, but the way it moves is a little bit of the issue.
Okay.
I like a lot of what we've got here, right? So normally when I see someone with very big arc height issues, we'd start to put a line on top of the head, see if you do that. Now what you can see is you do an unbelievable job of keeping your height there.
Okay.
Like really good. Like that should be a superpower right there. We might lose a little bit of flex in the knees, so we might be standing up a little bit, but that's okay, we can live with that. For me, the big thing is the difference in the trail arm here. So you've got what I'd call kind of quite a drivey trail arm. So it starts a bit bent. Yeah. Then in the backswing, it bends more.
Okay.
Yeah. Then as it comes down, it's now going to straighten a ton. Now, as it straightens, where's it going?
Straight down into the ground.
Straight down onto the ground. Now, this was your kind of more stock shot. Mm-hmm. As you imagine, as the club head speed gets bigger, as we're trying to take this thing higher, that's only going to happen more and more and more.
Yeah.
So we're going to potentially look at how we create somewhat function there. We're going to have a little look at maybe how the knees work.
Okay.
But I think for you, if we can sort out that trail arm, we're in business.
Yeah, makes sense.
And can you kind of see how we are down and we're using our wrists here to pick the club out of the ground? For me, there's 2 really big signs that we've gone too deep. It's that one there, and then the one from front on when we kind of look like we jumped up. That tells us we just need to get taller. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do it in a couple of ways. I'm going to give you a little bit more height by getting your legs to sit a little bit more up and back. That's going to pull us further away from the ground. That's going to allow your right arm to sit a bit straighter. Okay. And I think from there, we're going to look at how we use the right arm in the backswing. I think that's going to be super important, particularly when we start to go to high ones. Making sense so far? Yeah. So all we're going to try and do is get you into a slightly different setup to allow us to use the right arm. Even if it's used as it is currently, we're going to strike the ball better. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. And with that right arm being straighter, does that also explain a little bit why I feel like subconsciously I have to go more left?
Yeah. Well, for me, as something straightens out, if it's going to go deep, left tends to pair quite well with getting the low point a little bit further forward. Yeah. So I think for you, the idea of pulling left across it, a lot of the time will actually be because we're I'd actually say, rather than being steep, I'd say our swing direction is quite far to the left.
Yeah.
So because the club gets out early, I think the left is more in response. Yeah, you're better off hitting out the toe than you are the heel, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's more that way.
Yeah.
I think if we get the right arm into a slightly different position at setup, I think that will then help us manage the way we're going to move on the backswing.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So take your normal setup for me, dead normal on that golf ball.
As if I'm going to do...
As if you were going to just hit a stock shot before we had a chat.
Okay. So we're going to get to that one. Let's just go like that.
Fantastic. Happy there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So you're going to stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. So that's essentially your relationship with the floor, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. Now imagine I'm your floor.
Okay.
How comfortable do you feel about hitting a golf shot and not taking out 3 of my ribs? Because as the floor, I don't feel quite comfortable in this situation. Because if we use your right arm the way you want to, you're going to pull it that way.
And then, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So really simple. What we're going to do to start off with is we're going to let your arms sit a little bit straighter. Okay, because I'm standing here now, I feel a lot better about the whole situation, me being the ground.
Yep.
Yeah? This feels a bit nervy, right? Particularly after what's in there.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better here. So as we extend this more and more and more, if you think about it, what does that feel sort of like to you? Does that feel closer to your 9-iron putt? Because you grip right down it?
Yeah.
What you've done is essentially you've created a bigger distance between your shoulder and the sweet spot.
Okay.
The bigger that distance, the closer we are to end range.
Okay.
Okay, you might have heard Bryson talk a little bit about end range, like he likes end ranges. That would be the end range of your sweet spot. You can't get any further, right?
So is it a little bit like Jason Day is, where he's a little bit more
He's quite straight, isn't he? And the thing is here's the fun bit. If I stand here and I say as much mean stuff as I want about you, bend your arm, straighten it. Still can't get to me.
No.
So end range is quite a safe place to live, particularly with short game, because it lets us know where our potential bottom of the arc is.
Okay.
If we sit in a mid-range, we have to be very, very clever in terms of we have to be very, very good at managing our elbow bends, we have to be very, very good at managing our wrist bends.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes,
so,
definitely.
If we take your normal setup again.
Okay.
Lovely. So what you can see here is you like to crowd the ball quite a lot with your knees. So all we're going to do is imagine I'm going to take your pockets and I'm going to pull you up and back.
Okay.
So knees should be just off of lock. So lock them out and then just drop. That's it.
Okay.
Perfect. Hips up, push back for me. So there you go. Now can you feel how your arms have got more room to sit straight?
Definitely.
Yeah? So this guy's longer. Now, I'm going to be a little bit pedantic about the way I want this one to sit.
Okay.
This side's going to sit a little bit like you're trying to give blood. That's good.
Okay.
This can still go on top, so go on.
So normally I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now still get that grip on top for me. That's it. There you go. Does that feel different?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right.
Yeah, it feels really different.
Good. Now, without a golf ball, just make me a couple of practice swings, and your only concept here is to brush the floor. Really different. Nice job.
That way, isn't it?
Unreal. Great setup.
Yeah, it feels easy, that.
Love that, eh?
Feels like there's obviously way less variables.
Okay. That's awesome. Give me one more if that's okay. Yeah, great setup. Good trail arm. Yeah, that's awesome. Great stuff there.
Yeah, that feels very different, but also it just feels simple.
Hopefully. Right, so without thinking about it too much now, same setup for me. Don't worry about the golf ball too much. Try and make that same floor contact, okay? Let the ball get in the way of that great ground contact you just made me 5 swings in a row. There you go. There you go. Absolutely nuked it.
Yeah.
Like you've won long drive, which is a good thing.
Just flying the green, but
how different is the ground contact?
Yeah. Yeah, very different.
That was incredible, wasn't it? So let's do that again for me. Let's make 2 or 3 practice swings where we're really going to focus on world-class ground contact. So world-class ground contact for me. I want to be able to hear the ground every shot. Okay. I want you to see if you can get the club not to go subterranean, not into the floor, but I want to hear the ground on every single shot. Good. Not bad. Really good. It's a great setup. Remember, this guy's there. That's it. Good job. Okay, a little bit shorter swing because that again would win long drive. That's awesome. That'll be great when you go over to your pitching, by the way.
Yeah.
You're really going to like that move.
Because that's where I really struggle as well.
Good job. Really nice. Okay. Right, let's show you on half a light up here. That's good. Right, same thing for me. Okay, so we're going to create great setup. Hips up and back. That's awesome. Love that. Great work in that trail arm. Okay, right, I'm just going to do that to make sure you feel comfy. Go for it. Hey, that's a different ground contact.
Yeah.
Brilliant job. Nice. Okay, a couple of practices, and when you're ready, straighten and brush it. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. Completely different sound.
That was different, wasn't it?
Completely.
Go on. So
the sound was completely different as well off the face.
So we're going to get contact a little bit in a different spot on the face, a little bit lower because the club's not going as deep.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we heard there was it hitting on lower on the face and then almost having the whole face to ride up rather than hitting halfway up the face and only having half the face. But for me, that's a byproduct of world-class ground contact. Like right there, I have no idea where you hit that shot from. Can't point to it at all, unless you're standing on it. All right, and
I wasn't opening face. I'm just playing these square face, which normally, I mean, that's just digging in with my old swing.
So here's the thing. Let's go back to it. Why is it digging in?
Because I'm literally extending my arm.
Yeah.
And,
so here's the thing. If I can borrow your club there now, shaft lean in itself doesn't dig, does it? Now your sort of, should we say, response mechanism, your way of playing golf shots was to almost put the ball back in the shaft forward, right?
Yeah.
Now shaft lean in itself doesn't cause dig because I can do this with a shaft and it's never going to go under the floor, right? The thing is though, when I've got this going and I've got this guy to release, this is one extra thing that I can get rid of. So a lot of the time, if our kind of blueprint is to go more ball back, as I get this up and as I release this more, I'm only going to go further and further under the floor. So actually, in some ways, I almost feel like the shaft being sometimes a little bit straight up and down and then having an opportunity to create shaft lean in the swing is more beneficial because it actually pulls the arc out the ground slightly.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of the time, the more I jump back here,
yeah,
it's really hard for me to hit a functional shot and maintain or increase that shaft lean.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Really good, that. Really, really different. So I'm loving what I'm seeing there. That's absolutely on the money. Great. Okay, so let's hit a couple more like that where we're really going to focus on great ground contact. We're then going to move around the green a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple of drills that are going to help focus you.
Okay. And
see if we can get you to move differently just through a few different drills rather than implicit technique.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Because we've had a little conversation off camera before and kind of you've gone very heavily technique orientated, and the issue is around the green, like we have to be adaptable, we have to be able to play different shots. So
definitely.
Creating a few feels for you without thinking too technical is going to be a really important, I think.
Okay.
So that's it. So I'd rather you have all your focus at the moment on world-class setup.
Okay.
That's it. Love that. That's excellent. Really, really good. Just going to come in here, go for it. Brush that floor for me. Unbelievable. That's my favourite one today.
It was a nice flight, wasn't it? Low but spinny.
Again, because we're getting it lower on the face, we're going to see that ball ride the face down more.
Yeah.
So essentially we're going to see the ball launch lower without really moving angle of attack. We've not moved anything forward here. We've just moved you a little bit more out the ground.
Yeah.
Everything making sense so far?
Yeah, and the thing which I like about it as well is that other people in the past have said that I need to be more left.
Yeah.
Which I don't. From what you're saying there, because I suppose with my old swing, the more left I am, yes.
So that's where we kind of had that discussion at the start of we could get you more left at setup, which meant that you would have hit ball then divot.
Yeah.
And that's not a problem at all. That's not necessarily bad information. Essentially, if you think about it, to create functional strike with a golf ball at any point, we need a relationship between the height of the arc and the lowest point of the swing, as we kind of talked about. So realistically, we saw that essentially, can I steal your arm like that if that's okay? Awesome. So if the golf ball here is on that kind of like wrist bony thing, now if my arc is deep, can you see how my entry point moves back?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I've got two options here, haven't I? To create functional contact.
Yeah.
The guys previously have done that. Mm-hmm. Now my issue with that is, like I say, that's now going to steepen the angle of attack considerably, and it's going to limit our shot options.
You've got to be perfect on it as well, don't you?
Well, sometimes, yeah. But I think for me, particularly of how deep we are, but again, biggest thing, that's why I always ask, what do you want out of today? Because if you wanted one shot out of today, that might have been the route we've gone down. Mm-hmm. But we wanted adaptability, right?
Yeah.
Now, if this now lives up here, I can now move the arc forward and back, and I've got as many shots as I want. We can now use angle of attack as a tool to control flight, not as a tool to get strike.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Love that. Let's see one more like that for me, because that was absolutely on the money. Love that. That was 10 out of 10. Okay, it's fun. Talk to me about it.
Not quite sure. Felt like it felt short and drivey.
Okay, it's fun. Let's make a couple of practice swings. Really, really good. Okay, let's just focus on that arm. So when we do that arm for me, just make sure it's there. And then for you, on the scale of 1 to 10, how tight does it feel? 11?
8.
Okay.
9.
Soften it. There you go. It's good. Okay, really good. Right, now let's do it again. Lovely. Different?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to work a little bit on the way that you use your trail arm in the backswing. I think that's where that one comes from.
Okay.
Okay, but we're just going to play around with... We'll do one more if that's all right.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get you into a little drill that I really, really like. Lovely. Great move there, bud. That's it. All right, well, finish the lesson now. Goodbye. Just dunked it. Good job. How'd that feel?
Yeah, that felt a lot better.
Great
I
job.
tried obviously not pushing that too far this time. I just pushed it there and just let it relax.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So this is going to be part 1 of our drill, okay? So drill number 1 we're going to do here. And we'll just try and land it. We'll probably go a little bit over to the right there, just so we're going to try and carry it just on the green or so, okay? You're really not going to like this drill. It's my instinct, but we'll see. Okay, so you're going to set up one-handed for me.
Okay.
Okay, right hand only. So can you get your left hand and can you put it just under your microphone?
Under my microphone.
That's it, so something like this would be great. Lovely. So now, what we do is soften this up. That's great. Okay, a couple of practice swings. I want you to feel like this hand and that move at the same time.
Okay.
Move
it. Which way am I moving this?
So when this turns, it follows this.
Okay.
There you go. Good job. That's it. Awesome. 10 out of 10. It's kind of like patting your stomach and rubbing your head, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Let's do that again. So good. Oh yeah.
So this is just moving that way like that?
Rotationally.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, so it's staying on your sternum, but we're just getting everything a little bit more working together here. Yeah, lovely job. Lovely stuff. That's really different. Right, let's tee it up a little bit. And when you're doing drills and stuff, don't be afraid to give yourself perfect lies, like utterly perfect, like even use a tee if you need to.
Okay.
The point of the drill isn't to be like world class at the drill, it's to get world class at the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to challenge you to a one-handed chipping comp and for like, I know, that might be a YouTube thing one day.
Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm sure Wesley Bryan
this might
or
earn you
someone.
100 grand, who knows? That's great. That's it. When you're ready. Okay, everything moves a little bit more together. Setup looks great. Legs look awesome there. Well done. I like that. How'd that feel, dude?
Yeah, it felt good.
Really
yeah,
good.
It feels more connected. A little bit heavy, but I mean,
so this is where I think golf English is terrible, because would you say the one that you hit here where you left it 2 foot in front of you is heavy?
Yeah.
So for me, that's a very different out. So that's, for everyone on the cat, that's finished probably about 2 foot short of pin high.
Yeah.
A little bit of misread, so we've got about an 8 foot putt. So we can't use the same English for both of those.
No.
Because straight away, like, one of them's going to invoke a negative reaction, right? If you said,
Yeah.
Lewis, you've hit something heavy, I'm probably going to want to walk in, right? I'm gonna, head's down, everything's down. So same way I think steep has like 3 different definitions in golf.
Yeah.
Steep here, steep plane, all those things have a steep divot. I don't know how divots can be steep, but apparently they can. Could have a steep angle of attack. So, you know, we can have all these things. So we're really, really bad, I think, as an industry of having like really good, clear definitions.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd call that a little bit more ground first.
Yeah.
Sounds sexier. Yeah, that's the main thing. But
But
actually,
there's some shots you want to.
there's
want to
number
do
one.
that,
That's
isn't
a tool. That's great. It's a,
Yeah.
and we're going to use it as a tool today, and that's a really, really important thing. But also for me, it's then going to go. Okay, well, just caught that ground first a little bit. That's okay. suddenly we're going to feel a little bit different. The weight on our shoulders is going to feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Because we know actually, for that to be a really, really good golf shot, I actually just needed to move the low point a little bit more in front of the golf ball there. That could be a little bit of rotation, that could be whatever. But it's not an arc height issue. So for me, I actually almost like people to go, okay, if it's a bad shot, you can call it fat, that's okay. We know only reason a shot can be fat or heavy or whichever one you want to call it is because we've got an arc height issue.
Yeah.
Well, we fixed the arc height issue and your fat shot is now 8 feet rather than 8 feet in front of you. So that's, to me, right, we've got to change the language. So a little bit ground
also
first.
With my old swing, I'm almost delighted with that with this
That's
club,
unbelievable, isn't it? It's great, but like that's what I mean. So give yourself a little pat on the back, give yourself that little ground first cheer. The move there looked fantastic, by the way. I really, really liked it. So you're doing a great job. Any feels, anything that's starting to stand out to you with that drill?
More rotation is the thing which springs to mind like straight away. But rotation through the whole body,
lovely.
like a connected rotation.
Great job. Right, let's see a couple more like that if that's okay. Let me know when you get bored. Can I go wrong to that? That's good, eh? Different job?
Yeah, much better. Oh, a little bit of check in there.
You got some spin on that one, eh?
Maybe I should just chip one-handed.
Well, I think we've got to work out what the one hand does for you, right? What's the plane of the backswing? It's not steep anymore, is it?
No. It's still in front, isn't it? But it's
still
not
in
like
front, but it's not as picked up.
Yeah.
Really different. And again, I love the way everything's moving together there. Yeah. It's awesome, right?
Everything feels a lot softer as well now. I feel like I can swing it really slow and I'm not scared that it's going to dig in or thin it. And I think that's where my yippy stroke comes from with the old one, where I get short and I feel like I have to hit it.
Well, the thing is when we're deep, the best thing we can do is swing quickly.
Okay.
Reason being is as I swing quickly, I create a bigger pull on the handle.
Right, okay.
The harder I pull the handle, at least the low point's going to get in front of it.
Yeah.
Now, it might not win world's highest softest shot, but I'm in a race now, and I need to race the club to get to the golf ball before it gets to the ground.
Yep.
Because at the moment we've created what I'd call like destructive ground contact. So if we now can win that race, like I said, I'm not going to chip it great, but I might chip it to 15 foot.
Yeah. And
that's going to feel great. Whereas now what we're doing is, because we've removed the necessity for that pull, it's decided to just go. Yeah, and a little bit of this drill is going to really help for you. Now, what I want you to start doing this for me is I want you to start blending this. So we're going to go one-handed. I want you to go one-handed backswing, stop, put the left hand on, tell me what you feel. Tell me if that feels different to like your normal stroke. So we're just going to start to associate what the one-handed drill is doing that you're not doing with two hands. Okay. Because like you say, this is great at the moment if I want to win a one-handed chipping contest. It's probably not going to be great.
Left shoulder, what I feel like there is it's moving my left shoulder back and away. Okay. Rather than I feel like before it feels lifty. Okay. I'm lifting this way.
And just out of curiosity, would that be a similar feel that you've worked on with Liam in your full swing? In terms of like a mini version?
100%,
Just based on what we had a chat about. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? So it's a similar thread we can kind of pull on. So
yeah, it's exactly that with Liam, because the thing we were working on full swing was having there and a ball behind, and it's pushing the ball back and away to let the club pull me into rotation to obviously get more rotation here. So yeah, exactly the same.
So
really.
It's good. We can start to create like a common thread.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because again, I love understanding what you're working on your full swing, because I always think that there's so many little mini crossovers, and we can start to pull feels from that. Yeah. You know, if you start to, particularly as you said, your ball striking has got a lot better, right? So we can start to really create a positive association with, actually, I'm allowed to rotate, I'm allowed to move. I think, you know, when we're chipping around the green and we start to get nervous, we start to switch things off. Yeah. Lock our legs out, we lock our top half out, and then kind of the wrists are the only thing that can move us up and down, and then we've got to create speed from here, and it's down into the ground, rather than, you know, as a really good short game coach out there called Alex Buckner, who he said something, I've never forgotten it, it was don't move less, move better, or don't move better. Yeah, and I really like the phrase of it, because I think it's so important, because a lot of the time in short game and in anything, when we get nervous, we start to do things improperly, we start to just shut everything off rather than actually give everything a proper job. And I think that's a really key bit there. So that's why we need to pull from that.
Okay.
Yeah?
So same again, one-handed.
One-handed.
And then it going into this.
That's it. Just do a couple like that for me, and then when you're ready, both hands on the golf ball, and your job is to replicate that, okay?
Okay.
Beautiful. Really, really good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, this feels closer in as well.
Interesting. Let's pull on that a little bit. Okay. Okay, step. Good. Soften that a little bit. No, just soften. Relax. There you go. So what we've got to talk about is the way this unfolds, okay? Yeah? When you do it one-handed, it's much more this way, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Go back and do it two-handed. So that sits much more on top and much more out. Yeah. Which again is going to do what to the pitch of the shaft?
Make it more vertical.
Right, it's going to make it, and for you necessarily quite vertical, and then that for there is where your swing direction gets quite outside in. So let's do that again. So when you do this, that's it, nice and easy, go for it. And you can let this soften as this gets longer. There you go. Okay. That's awesome there.
So that feels like it's going to come more inside compared to what I'm used to.
Yeah, this would be so if you now put your left hand on it from there, where's that feel to you?
Massive compared to what I'm used to. It feels massively behind me.
Good. Go on then. Let's hit a chip like that. So I want you to try and put the club back right there. Okay. We'll just chip it to that yellow pin. 2 hands on it. I want you to try and get back there for me. It can only go wrong, okay?
I mean, I've absolutely nuked it.
I mean, you've nuked it, but how good?
Yeah.
So I just want to show you that because, I mean, the difference there is absolutely incredible. How good are you at golf?
Well, that looks like an actual proper chipping technique.
Different, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that all come from you just saying that when you do that one-handed draw, oh, this feels a bit softer. It feels like it moves a bit better.
Yeah.
That's so different, isn't it?
I don't look like a 36 handicapper now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is a lot of the time when I'm working with players, I like to move big muscles to small muscles, and the way you moved your midsection is fantastic. Like we had no real issues with dropping height. The only reason sometimes I put my hand in there was just to make sure, because we're taller. Normally when we're taller, we're like, oh, I need to find the ground. So just to remind yourself a little bit. Okay. But you haven't done that once. So if we can start to control the slightly smaller muscles, so for me that's arms and wrists. Yeah. We're there, right? That's awesome. Okay. This is great.
Well, it's weird because when I was a junior, my long game was terrible, but my short game was the thing which was really good, and I never thought about technique too much because I was picking landing spots and seeing shots. But when that starts to go, you start to lose obviously the creativity because you're too worried about what's going on here.
Yeah, I think for me that's a huge part of it, is that when it's all working, we're very externally focused, and then what happens is something goes wrong. Yeah. We then start to get very internally focused, and we start diving down rabbit holes rather than potentially fixing the root issue there and then. Yeah. So, for example, our root issue is arc height control, based on what I see. We try and fix it with the bounce of the golf club. We try and fix it with shafting. We try and fix it with all these different things. And what happens is we go further and further down it, and we create quite destructive feedback loops. We keep trying to fix the problem the same way. Yep. It doesn't fix it, so we think we're the problem. So we try and fix it harder with the wrong solution, and we keep going and keep going and keep going. Yeah. I like to use an example of, like, you're the CEO of your company, and you've got a problem with electrics, and you keep firing the plumber. Unfortunately, you're still going to have really crappy wiring. Yeah, it definitely feels like that. And then you get more and more things in your head, which makes things even worse. Absolutely. All right, so let's just try a couple like that for me. We're just going to focus. And again, I want you to create the feel by using that one-handed backswing for me. You're letting that right arm sit the way it wants to sit. I love the way you said it kind of stays closer to that ribcage. That's awesome. That's so different, bud. Well done. Okay. Keep going. Great job. It's good. Yeah, very nice. I love that. That's exactly where I want you to hit from. Does that feel incredibly inside?
Yeah.
Good man. Yep. On the money. And I'm just going to come in and show you a video here just to show you it is absolutely not inside.
No, it's not. Feels like it's literally right behind me.
Okay. Different?
Yeah, completely different.
with Liam, have you moved to a little bit more of a draw shape, you said, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So again, I'd start to play around with some ideas behind that. You know, could we start to feel a little bit drawy when we chip to try and create that slightly more neutral path?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do some fun stuff now.
Okay. But like you said, like you could have someone who's 80 years old and they could have a world-class short game just as good as Scheffler.
That's it.
Like there's no limitations really, is it?
Yeah, the way like
physical.
The reason why I got into short game was like I was talking to a guy once. And I said I could give you. It might just be the way that I taught long game, but I could give you as many long game lessons as you want. I'm never going to get you to hit it like Rory.
No.
However, I think I get you to beat him in a chipping comp, given enough.
Yeah.
And depending on what I was allowed to give Rory to drink the night before. Yeah. So, but it's a skill. It's a skill part of the game, right? There's no physical requirement to be unbelievable at this.
Yeah.
Do you put the club in functional space relative to the shot you're trying to hit? And can you execute with the correct flight, club head speed, strike that you intend?
Yeah.
If you can do those things, we're laughing. Right. This drill is designed to really mess with you, okay? So really simple. You're going to set up to this back golf ball, if that's all right.
Okay.
You tell me when you're happy. So stock shot to that back golf ball.
Yep.
Happy there? Lovely.
I'm going to move it.
Yep. Your job is to hit the floor there and still create a nice contact with the golf ball.
Okay.
So you're going to brush the floor from there to there. Simple as that. Good.
So I hit it where the ball was.
So there we did it, but we moved the club too far under the ground, okay?
Yeah.
So let's do it again. So go about a golf ball behind it. That's it. Nice. Ball position a little bit more forward for me. Lovely. Right. When you're ready, let's brush that floor. Same way you're making that great ground contact without the golf ball. Just forget the golf ball's there, brush the floor. There we go.
Yeah. I think with the first one, because it was so far forward, I felt like I'm having to bend over more, and then that's why I made it go in.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I lowered my height.
We all do different things. Great. Now go 2 golf balls behind it. Move your stance more back so you're not going to cheat for me. Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. Lovely. All right. Brush the floor.
That's mad. That is actually crazy.
Different?
Massively different.
So what we're starting to do though is we're now training the skill itself of learning how to just brush the floor, not have the club go under the ground. So that's when we can start to see, for me, like that's my biggest reason why I love arc height control over potentially moving the low point first. Here we're moving the low point back, but the shot's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like for that, we'll get some down the lines of it, but for
that
everyone
was literally so far behind the ball.
Yeah. Now, the key to this, and the reason why I've gone up here, is we've got on some little bit longer grass here, because they're really good here, but they like to cut it nice and tight. So we've gone a little bit taller in the grass to give you a bit more margin, but it's still tough, right? Yeah. 3 golf balls behind it. So all way up in your stance. That's it.
That is another definition of using the bounce, isn't it?
No. That's the definition of controlling your height of your arc.
Okay.
Okay, now most of the time we would have seen...
a misunderstanding then that's
100%. Okay. So for me, that's where we get into trouble. Can I borrow this wedge and I'll stand here? So, right now we're brushing the floor, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. When we brush the floor, we are just basically controlling the height of the arc. What I want you to think about doing is, if you're laying in a swimming pool and you're literally getting your hand and you're just taking it and you're surfing the top of the pool. Now what we've got to remember, bounce is essentially angling your hand slightly so that the top part of your hand doesn't dig.
Okay.
Now if the bottom part of my hand goes under the water, the top part of my hand's still fine, isn't it? That's bounce.
Okay.
Okay, think about like when you're skiing. Front of your skis are curved up.
Yeah.
Stop us. If we do lean too far forward, it stops us going under the snow. However, bounce isn't like a magical force. Most people use it like the force in Star Wars. Like if I use the bounce, you'll chip well. It's not, I'm afraid. So here's the thing. If I stand here, now I'm going to give myself half a lie, purely because I'm left-handed and I'm quite talentless righty. And what bounce have we got on this? 9. So that's 9 degrees there. So that's happily all the bounce is taken off.
Yep.
So if I now brush the floor here, I should be able to hit it ground first and still not take a divot. Okay, so for me that can't be using the bounce.
Yeah.
There wasn't any on it.
Sense.
Equally, that's all the bounce I want in the world, right?
Yeah.
So I've got open face, shaft leaning back. Now if I try hard enough, I can still go deep under the ground. So if I can use all of the bounce and still go under the ground and use none of it and stay above the ground, bounce isn't correlative to me controlling my arc height. It helps, but if my intent is to get the club under the floor, give me whatever wedge you want. I'll make it go under the floor.
Yeah.
Equally, we could give you a 0 degree bounce wedge on that last shot, and if you're surfing the floor well enough, it won't go under the floor.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep, definitely.
Sorry, greenkeepers.
That was that was a good explanation, and I said it. That word gets thrown around all over the place.
It's like the fucking Star Wars, like literally. So the amount of people that I often, when I said, "Oh, do you have any feedback as to why you do it?" A lot of times go, "Oh, I didn't use the bounce." And you're like, "Oh, okay." But if we know that good players don't, particularly like say for example your man Scotty Scheffler, right? He plays a T grind or a low bounce K, so he's got between 4 and 6 degrees of bounce in his wedge. Leans the shaft forward way more than that, but doesn't take a divot all the time. So if he's almost chipping with negative bounce but not taking a divot, we can't keep associating using the bounce with not taking a divot.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, kind of golf language, or I think particularly when we didn't understand it as well as we do now, it got thrown around and it kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Bounce is there as a tool, 100%. We know that if you've got like a really, really tight lie and you spin the face over and you see the leading edge looking at you, you understand what the bounce does.
Yeah.
It moves the leading edge off the floor slightly. However, if I go deep enough, I'm still going to fat it.
Yeah.
Right, so what were we last time? Was that 3 golf balls?
3, yeah.
Right, 4.
Okay.
Don't think you've distracted me. Great.
Yeah?
Yeah, but shuffle your feet back. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. There we go. Good man. Handle back a little. Face a smidge open. Right, when you're ready, brush the floor. Any questions, just email me. That's disgusting. And that was fine, eh?
I mean, that felt like one of the nicest strikes I've done before when I'm hitting it right there at the ball, not there.
Different, right?
It's crazy, yeah.
So what we're starting to do here is, number one, I love this drill because 2 reasons. I think number one, it makes you move functionally different.
Yeah.
Like you can't be doing the same thing you were doing over there when you're putting the club 3 foot under the floor.
No.
And because the ball's so far forward, we don't have an option of trying to climb to get it. Almost I find the worst strikes with just 1 ball back because you're sort of close enough where you're like, oh, if I win the race.
Yep.
Whereas when it's 2 to 3 balls back, you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have to do the drill now.
Yeah.
Number 2 is like you start to create a belief in that, okay, if my arc height control's good, I can kind of land the club near the ball and still putt. And for me, that's the part of it. So when we look at it, I think in short game, we kind of get caught up in what feels great, what looks great. Yeah. I like to think about it like a dispersion circle around the hole. Okay, where was your longest today? Where was your shortest? And we saw that there was a few short, there's a few long. Right now, doing that drill, your dispersion circle is about 4 feet.
Yeah.
So our dispersion circle's gone.
Yeah.
And we're trying to mess around and do a drill here deliberately designed to trip you up if you do it wrong.
Yeah.
So it shows you if we can really start to master this, and this is not to say that ground first is 100% the way to go. If you think about that same arc, that same brush of the ground, and I gradually started stepping forward, I would start to move my low point forward, wouldn't I? Yeah. I wouldn't ever change my relationship to the ground though, so I'd just be able to hit the ball in different parts of my arc. So that goes to your question at the start of, I'd like to have more shots. Mm-hmm. Well, for me, the foundation of being able to control fly at the start is to be able to control arc height.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me psychologically with this as well, it's getting rid of that fear of ground interaction. Yeah. Because knowing that I can hit it there and the strike is still really good, it's, eliminating that. And for me, the thing I'm finding the most is if I'm trying to hit that there, the thing I'm thinking in my head is I need to stay tall.
Yeah, great. It's really like...
That's the one thing I'm really conscious of.
It's important what you pull out of that. Like, so, whenever you're doing a drill, and wherever you're doing a drill particularly well, start to go, okay, where am I focusing here? Like, write it down in your notes app on your phone. Today was tall. Tomorrow it might be, my right arm felt soft. And that's fine, but you start to go, okay, well, I performed really, really well with this. That's what I'm going to go to the course with. And we'll talk a little bit about routine at some point, because I think that'd be important for you.
Yeah.
But we can start to go, okay, well, when I'm in my routine, when I'm in my little technical phase of my routine, when I'm pulled away from the golf bike, I'm like, right, I have a little awareness of my height today, because that's what worked really well for me in my drill, and then I'm into the shot and I'm playing it. Yeah. So let's do, what are we, 4 golf balls?
I think that last one was 4, yeah.
The last one was 4, so we'll get to 5.
Okay. So that's going to be what, there?
Yeah, shuffle your feet back. Back. Good man. Lovely. Right, this might be a limit.
Quite see how this is going to
we'll
happen,
figure it out.
But
You've got insurance, right? Good. Love it. Awesome. Too far back, right?
Yeah.
Too far back. Almost silly.
Yeah.
Great. You found limit.
Yeah.
So you now know you've got 4 golf balls on a flat lie.
Yeah.
With a decent amount of nice teed up lie.
Yeah.
So right, brilliant. So practice to 4. Now, if we got you out the rough, do you think we could stretch it a bit further?
Yeah, definitely.
Of course we could, right? But off of a tight-ish lie, fairway, you've got 4 golf balls on the floor there. And then we've not even talked about the ones you've got after it.
Yeah.
So for me, okay, so if we start to get you more on grass like this, where it's really, really tight, it might just be 1 or 2. But for me, if you can find a lie like that where you practice, where it's a little bit sitting up, a little bit more lush, that's really going to help you build that confidence in that arc height. And you're getting feedback on every shot.
Yeah.
Because what I loved about every single shot there, we heard the ground, didn't we?
Yeah.
Every single shot there, we built belief in that, okay, well, there's margin here. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So we said 5's the limit.
Yep.
So let's go back to 4, because the 4 was disgraceful. In the best way possible.
So 4 was like
good,
there.
yeah. Ball position a little bit more forward for me. And again, the reason why I'm anal about the ball position is so that you don't put the club on your back foot so that you can still lean into it. For me, the goal is almost the ball position to be so ludicrously far forward, we have to just control height.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, not bad, eh? A little bit clunky ground contact.
Yeah.
But there's your clunky one.
Yeah.
Right, I reckon
Yeah, I'm taking that all day long.
It's unbelievable. I reckon you did a little bit better though. Go on, give me a little bit open in that face. Just a smidge. There you go. Lovely. Ball position up a smidge more. Good. Really good. From there, you got it. Good.
If you told me that I would be hitting this 4 balls behind...
Go 3 now?
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, I know, but that's why I don't tell you. It's good. Right, you got this. Awesome job there. Love that. See how soft that thing lands?
Yeah.
It's pretty, right?
Yep. And
Good
I
job.
didn't even feel like I got that back properly there.
No, but like the whole thing is this is all a mechanism, right? So what we've got to remember is as we move arc height up, that gives us more margin in low point. It doesn't mean it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
As we get better at controlling this, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as we're close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on that. But if we can start to go, okay, well my miss is a little bit dunky into the ground and I hit it to 3 foot. Okay, you can cry me a river, right? It's not 3 foot in front of you.
Yeah.
So if we can start to make your miss better, that's when we start to that's when we start to get the belief. That's when we start to relax. That's when we start to actually be able to go, okay, now can we work on touch? Can we work on flights? You know, realistically, we know that you're only really as good in golf as you miss.
Yeah.
You can stand there, pump the first 3 drives around the middle. If you know you've got an OB right in your locker, you're still not going to relax, are you?
No.
Speaking from personal experience here, okay? It's 5-coat short game. It's a necessity. Whereas, you know, and you can stand there and you can chip the first few really, really good. And the thing is when we did the warm-up, you struck me some fabulous chips. But it didn't make you any more confident on the next one because you struck them fabulous, but you knew that, okay, I was an inch away from that being not so good.
Yeah, 100%.
Whereas there, you're 3 balls behind it and it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And that for me, and again, that's not to say that you have to play anything on the course like that, but it's an option.
Yeah.
And the whole point, I think, of the way that I like to coach is to be able to give you options.
Yeah.
Can you play it this way? Can I put this idea in your head? Can you tell me how that works? Because my favourite thing in short game is that the person who's closest to the hole is always the most right. If you said to me, Lewis, do you know what, when we're gonna go have a little look at some short-sided stuff over the bunker now, if you said, Lewis, I'm gonna take my 7-iron out, I'm gonna bang it into the bank and I'm gonna pop it up and it's gonna go to 2 feet, and you pull it off, and I stand there with the world's best high solid flop shot and I hit it to 5 feet, well, you were more right than me. You're gonna end up scoring better if you can do that consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the key word is consistently. But so if we can start to just build those simple fundamentals, and for me the fundamentals are arc height control, how you control that, where that feels to you is really important.
Yep.
We can then open up the kind of the doorway to all these different flights, shots. We can start to work on some lie reading, that sort of stuff. Make sense?
Perfect.
Good man.
Love it.